What's good? This is Marcus the Fingaz back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk all about the Auburn Sounds Lens multi-band compressor, expander, compander, whatever you want to call it. Before we get into all that, go to thefingaz.com/free plugins. Check out my free plugins gear guide for free plugins that you can use in your audio mixing and production stuff. Let's get into it. What is this compander lens thing from Auburn Sounds? Let me see if I can jump over and show the quick cheat sheet really quick. I might have to blur some of this out. We have a cheat sheet from Auburn Sounds. So you can see all the parameters here. We are going to jump into the plugin a little bit, show you a couple of these settings, but you have to definitely dive in and get your own copy. What we have here is we have gain map right in the middle, starting at the top middle. We have the gain map, which shows you a little bit of gain reduction, allows changes there. I'm not going to read all the description here, but I will share this page. You have selectivity on the left, which is a spectral type thing, spectral domain. You can see some of that there. We're just going to get in there and have fun with this. You can use this considerable CPU usage, so make sure you keep that in mind. Going down below that, you have a compressor. All 64 compressors are manipulated at once here, so I believe you can have 64 instances here. Then you have a compressor sidechain EQ down here. In the middle, you have your input, dry, wet levels there to indicate the sort of the mix that you want. On the right, you have your output EQ there, so you can EQ the wet signal before mixing with dry. And then you also have above that the expander that is only available in the full edition. There is a full edition, there is a free edition. I don't know if there's another edition, but there's definitely a free level. But in the full edition, you also get the expander here, which allows you some more 64 expanders to be manipulated at once here. And then you have a vintage module, which allows some distortion before the unit and even is after the unit. So you have stage before, even after. So you can just get in there, tweak some knobs there, minimum rate, maximum rate. Again, I'm not going to go into what everything does here. You can read that. You can go back and pause this video, read that there. What I have is this beat here that I created Logic. I just dragged in some loops. Actually, I dragged in one loop and built around that, adding an 808 piano, some synth things, and some strings. This is what the loop sounds like without any Auburn Lens installed. So yeah, sounds pretty fun. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my audio units here. I'm using Logic Pro, Auburn Sounds there, Lens, stereo. That's how you load it up on the track. And we have this plugin here. And what I really like about plugins is you can make is plugins that allow you to make them bigger or smaller, like this here by dragging this down here. So I can make it as large as I want. And right now I just have it on my drums track. As you see there, it says a drum loop I dragged in from Cymatics. We're going to play the loop right now as is. So you see it's actually doing some type of, it looks like it's affecting the actual playback of the track a little bit. That might be a little bit of delay. Like it said in the warning that the plugin may add some CPU usage there. So we're going to go to selectivity. I have it right there in the middle there. We're going to turn the stereo link down. So that tells you how many bands you want to have all the way up from 16 to 64. We'll keep it in the middle there. We'll keep stereo link. We're going to go down to the compressor, just play with some knobs here. Looks like you have attack low. You can link the compressor bands together. You can hear a little bit of different when I adjust the release here. Listen to the high end. You have a little bit more high end coming in with the lower release. So we'll keep that in the middle there. We'll go to sidechain is when you want to have another track sidechain the compression. You can get some different effects and sounds going on. We probably won't do the side chaining in this video, but definitely look up the sidechain effect and how you can use that. Let's go to output EQ. Let's see how many knobs we can add, how many nodes we can add. And I think it's really as much as you want to your heart's content. Yes, if you can find a space in there, maybe, yeah, if you can find a space in there, I think it'll let you. No more bands available. So let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you get 10 bands of EQ. I believe if I go in there, I can hit X. Let's see if I can X all of them out. Maybe if I shift, I'm holding down shift select and I'm selecting all of them. I can hit X to X them all out. So that's pretty cool. It's not intuitive off the bat. You don't know if you can do that or not, but you can. So that's cool. And I'm sure everything's in the manual. I just am jumping into this video without reading the manual. Let's turn up some of the low end here. Get that kick thumping. Then we have expander above that. And you can change the view so I can see what the expander's doing. I can see what the compressor's doing here. As you can see, it's sort of clamping down on the drums a little bit. We'll add some vintage stuff. Let's see what these knobs do. So if you want to get some lo-fi effects going. Let's mix in a little bit of the dry. And that's, I think, where the value really comes in, is when you mix the dry with the wet in the input. Get a little bit of parallel processing going on and really get things to thump. Let's go to 808. I probably won't do all the tracks here, but I will do the 808. Let's see what Lens will do on there. Just tweaking some knobs here. What you can do with this width here, if you click and drag, you can adjust the width there. It says SC, so I'm thinking it might have something to do with the sidechain. I'm not too sure, don't quote me on that, but it is what it is. Let's bring in some dry here. Distorting like crazy. So let's say I like that. The only I won't add it to any more tracks, but you can get a gist of how you can use the Auburn Sounds Lens. But let's add it to the stereo master track. So usually I use a bunch of processing. I might go through and adjust these accordingly, but I'm gonna just use this today, the Lens from Auburn Sounds. Let's see what we can do on the master channel strip here. And one thing I didn't mention is it does come with a couple presets here. You have 17 presets, so we're going to go through some of these master presets and we'll see what happens. I like what it's doing right there off the bat. This is rock. You see it's adding a little bit of high in there. Adding some low mids and some lows. This is master hard. A little bit too harsh for this one. Then you have EDM. I actually like what that's doing. Then you have some other ones that you can use for vocals. You have some high frequency, low frequency, linear EQ, low end control, and some other things there. I might go back to that low end control on that 808. But for this one, I liked either Master Smooth or Master EDM. I think I like both of those. Let's toggle between those. Let's go with that one, Master EDM, but we're going to go back to the 808. Remember that preset we saw? We're going to go to Lens, and we're going to look up this 808 preset called Low End Control. So I see the EQ here. I don't know if the knobs are doing anything because they're not up or down, but maybe I can adjust those to taste. Maybe that's why they give you those knobs. Let's get into it. That's me turning the lens off the master channel there. So it's almost doing a mix for me, like bringing the, temping that 808, bringing the drum and balance there. This is with it off. And this is with it on. And that's just with it on. I'm not adjusting the other two that I do have them on the drums and the bass by itself. But when on the master channel alone, you can use this as a master channel strip. Sounds pretty good as a mastering tool, mixing tool there. Yeah, I like it. Shout out to Auburn Sounds. They did send a copy of this for review at no charge, but it sounds really great. Not too much going on under the hood. You have a couple of modules here that you can dive into. You have the graph here. You have different graphs here showing the EQs and different levels and layers of things, of the frequencies. Sounds pretty good. No complaints on my end. I will definitely be using this on some of my mixes and throwing it on my master channel strip. So shout out to Auburn Sounds. Again, go to fingaz.com/free plugins. Check out my free plugins gear guide. I have more videos on the way, more music on the way, more reviews on the way. Be safe and be well, everyone. All right. Peace.